Have you ever seen this block right here? Well, probably not, because it is the rare and elusive structure block. You can only get it with creative and cheats on. Anyway, so, here is the structure block. It has 4, or really 5, because this actually looks different in the inventory, but it doesn't count as a new form, or a different form. It's 5 different forms: data, save, load, corner. Yes, that's what it is. And basically they work together, and you can duplicate stuff. So here, plop down one right here, switch it over to load mode, type in tic-tac-toe, which is what I saved it as, you know. And I did make a mistake when saving it. I made it a block too high up. You can see right here. So basically, how these work is you take the corner of it, right? And it saves a structure between a save block and a corner block. Okay. So here's the blocks, right? The first one is data, right? And you can switch between them by clicking this button right here. So it says data mode, game logic maker. Basically, the data, I don't really use it ever, but it doesn't really do much. I guess you can type in stuff, you know, and then you switch it over, and then the stuff stays there on data. But on these other ones, if you type in something and then you switch it over, it stays on all of them except for data. So data is a bit different than all the other ones. I don't use it mostly, but these ones are used actually in the duplication of structures. So first we have save, right? Save, along with corner. Yes, here's corner. Basically, you build something, you know. You take the structure block, you put it right there. You switch it over to save. You type in, you know, whatever you want right here. All this stuff is you can basically just move around from which corner the structure block uses. I just put it in the right corner, which is like directly diagonal to the block. So show invisible blocks does like something with air blocks. I don't quite know, but then include entities. You can include entities. Here, let me grab an item frame and I can show you. So here we got an item frame. Now, if we put include entities on, whoops, and then stick a structure block right here, and we go to corner, it doesn't have as much text, and we type in gold, then we can go back down to here, click detect, and we'll make this bounding box around the thing. So everything in here will be saved. Now we do save, right? Then we pop down a structure block with the load button, type in gold, click load, and we can load it. Or you could go load gold, include entities on, load, and when you click load, it makes the bounding box over here. So now once we have include entities on, because the item frame technically is an entity, then it will say include those. Anyway, so now I've put more stuff inside the bounding box, and let's go and click on load again. Gold, load, include entities on, load. Okay, look, so it didn't save this item frame, it only saved this one, right? This item frame is nowhere to be found. So that is one thing to be remembering. You have to save it again, and then and you can load over stuff. So yeah, here I loaded it again. Load over here. Oh, I need to turn entities on. There we go. And what? Okay. Oh yeah, I loaded over that item frame that was right here. So now there was 2 item frames in the same spot, and they got squished out of it. One of them got squished. Anyway, so yeah, that is the structure block for you. The main functions and stuff. So, you know, let's say you want to make a ginormous castle that's like 100 blocks by 100 blocks. Then you want to duplicate it all over your world. Probably don't want to do that, but I don't know. Anyway, so that means you have to go. Basically, the structure block has a limitation. of 32 by 32 blocks. Really, really far away. So here, let's pull up the coordinates. And I'll get that block over there. So I'm back, and I've found how big. I think this is 32 by 32. I don't quite know. Or actually, no, it's not 32 by 32. It's just 30. Yeah, so it should be 32 by 32. Oh, here, like. So it doesn't actually save. Like, I could move this guy as far out this guy where as I wanted, as long as it's loaded, I think. But this is 32 by 32. I think. If I move it this direction a bit. Corner and structure. There we go. Oops, corner. Okay, so now I gotta go back over here. Yeah, I don't think it's 32 by 32. I think it's just 32 by some other number. Yeah, see. So this is 32 blocks in this direction to that direction, but it's not 30 blocks, 2 blocks in that direction to that direction. I did the coordinates wrong. Anyway, so basically this is 32 blocks that way, okay? This is how big your structure block can be. And it can also be that high, and it can also be that far that way. It's almost that far that way, it's not quite. Anyway, so we can go save. And this is one thing that I really like to do. I like to keep a air block like this. Oops. So I like to keep structure. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, oh well, spelled wrong. Anyway, how do you spell structure? Anyway, so I like to keep an air block like so in my world at all times. Structure. There we go. Okay, so I like to keep an air block because you can just destroy everything. Like, look at this now. Yeah, see, it popped off all item frames, makes holes. Anyway, so if this was taller, and I accidentally did something that I didn't want, I could just erase it without having to use, like, TNT and all that stuff, you know? So yeah, I just like to keep air blocks. Usually they're taller. This is just a demonstration so you can see basically how big a structure block can be. Anyway, so the next thing that structure blocks can do is, so with load, type in, tic-tac-toe. Anyway, so type that in, and then load, and you can see it's right there. Now, these little buttons down here do stuff. Right now we're on 0 degrees, I think. So you can go to 90, right there. You can go to 180, right there, and 170 over there, right? And you can also, I think this is mirroring it. Yeah, so this way, if I had a structure that was mirrorable, like, here, let me build one right now. So we'll build a wall, like so. And then we'll build this, right? Okay, so now let's save it. We've got a corner right here. And I'll just do H. Yes, this is H. Don't save your structures as H. It's not a good idea. Load. Save. Oh no, I missed it. Anyway, save H. Detect. There we go. It's all around the thing. You know, check all the corners. Okay. Now save. And now let's go to load. Set it to 180. Load. Oh. There we go. Okay, so now it's loading right here, right? So it's loaded in, right? And now it's facing this way. I think if we click this and put it to right there, yeah, look at that. Nope. Okay, that didn't work very well. Yeah, this stuff, you can really mess around with stuff. Loading stuff sideways. I don't really know how. I haven't played around with this too. Oh, whoops. I haven't played around with this too much, and I don't generally use it. I will just basically put the structure block. You know, like if I want a structure right here, instead of putting and it's loading this way by default. So, or I think actually if we go to load, tic-tac-toe, load. Yeah, so it's loading that way, and I want it to be right there, going that way. Right, I'll just turn it, I'll just fiddle around with these, right there. Okay, load. But if I want it to go right here, instead of putting the structure block right there, I'm going to be smart and put it right there, and I won't have to fiddle with all that stuff. Right? You know? Anyway, so the next thing I'm going to show you is, of course, the good old, well, but I guess basically what you can do with some structure blocks. You know, some examples. So, you know, you could duplicate stuff. Probably don't want to just duplicate riches, because, you know, you're in creative mode. You can just get infinite stuff. You know, all you want. Just money galore. Anyway, and usually you probably don't want to use a structure block in survival. Basically, it's for map makers, just like command blocks are. Where's load? Oh, I'm not on load. Anyway, so yeah, it's for map makers. And now you know how to use it, so you can make better maps too. And now I actually have something to show you. Basically, we're going to go to save, Control V, and that's a very helpful thing. If you copy and paste stuff, it can save you a lot of time. Now we just do save, save that, or actually wait, I need to do detect, there we go. Now, okay, so I got everything lined up. I just want this cobblestone bit to be saved. Okay, now save. Now to load it, I think it's loading this way. Right here. Or actually, probably should go right there. Now, I'm going to do a little trick right here. Load. Control V. Load. Okay, so that's all lined up. Good. Now, we're going to do save yet again. Now watch this. Look at that. Kabang! I basically loaded in these structure blocks. Right here. So now I have a giant cobblestone tower, right? And now I'm going to decorate it. And then I'll see you in a second. And so now it's time to show you the greatness, right? So, you know, I copied everything over, you know. It's all good. I decorated the tower. Yeah, that's what I did. Anyway. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. So yeah, just to go over, you know, we got 3 main different states that you use. You know, you got save, load, and corner. Combine save and corner, save something, or save down a structure, and then it only works for one world. Okay, it only works for the world you're in. So I couldn't go over to another world and load these guys back in, right? You can toggle, you can move around the thing you're loading with these guys, you know, move it around, and yeah, you know, save an air block, try that out, you know, get a 5x5 in there, get a 10x10, get a 23 or a 32x32, probably make them taller, just have a few in case you mess up in creative mode or something. And yeah, that's my tips, you know, how to use structure blocks. Now you know.